Good morning. Happy Friday. So, this week we have been continuing how-to books. Last week we did coffee, but this week, what have we been doing? Making mashed potatoes? No, carving a pumpkin, right? So you watched me carve a Harry Potter pumpkin, right? A pumpkin with the deathly hollows. Ooh. And then we put what we knew about carving a pumpkin into a graphic organizer, right? Which looks like this. We have 4 steps. And when we talk about our steps, we use our sequence words, right? So first, we cleaned the pumpkin. Next, we stenciled the picture we wanted on our pumpkin on the pumpkin. Then we carved it out, and we made sure we carved out only the black pieces, right? We made sure to stay on the black line. So we carved it out. Last, we got to put the light in so that it shines like a jack-o'-lantern, right? And we can use it outside when it's dark as a decoration. So this is our graphic organizer. Do you know what comes next? We did it last week. After our graphic organizer, we will put it on paper, this paper. So last week, we all got this paper. What I need you to do is get 4 of these because we're going to do it together, all right? You're going to have the same thing on the paper, on your paper, as I do on mine, just as if we were in school. If you need more time to finish your paper, that's okay. You can pause the video and finish your drawing. Okay? But I want you to make sure you have 4 of these, your graphic organizer, and a pencil for this lesson. Sound good? All right. Let's get started then. Here's my pumpkin graphic organizer. I have my 4 pages ready to go. So I'm going to grab one page and put it down right here. My first step was to clean the pumpkin, right? So that's what my first page is going to be about. First, I'm going to write my name. My name's Patricia Buttry, so that's what I'm going to write here. Then I said we were doing the first step, number 1. So number 1 is going to go inside my little box, okay? That's what I want you to have. Your name and the number 1 in the little box. If you need more time, press pause and finish writing your name and putting 1 in the box. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this picture. So my first step was to clean the pumpkin. So that's what my first picture should be of, cleaning the pumpkin. So here's my pumpkin. If your drawing's not perfect, that is okay, because we're not perfect. Nobody's perfect, right? Just try your best. As long as you know what your drawing is of and you can explain it to someone who's never seen the book before, you're good to go. Okay, so here's my pumpkin. I put the top over here because we had to take off the top, and we used a knife to take off the top. So I'm going to draw a picture of the knife right next to the top of my pumpkin because we chopped it off. Then I used a spoon, right? So I'm going to draw a picture of my spoon to take out all the insides of the pumpkin. So here's the insides of my pumpkin. And there were seeds in it, remember? Here are some seeds. And that is step number 1. If you need more time to complete the picture, that's okay. Just press pause and finish the picture. Then you could go back and hit play. So now that my first step is done, cleaning the pumpkin, I'm going to grab a second sheet of paper right here. Just like my first sheet of paper, I'm going to write my name at the very top where it says name. Now we are working on our second step. So in the box, I'm going to put 2. In my little box, I'm going to put 2 for my second step. So you should have your name and the number 2 in your little box. In this step, I stenciled the Deathly Hallows in my pumpkin. So I need to draw a picture of my pumpkin, right? And I'm going to put the lid over here because I still have my lid, right? And then on my pumpkin, I'm going to draw a picture of the Deathly Hallows because that's what I chose to carve in my pumpkin. So the way we draw the Deathly Hallows is a triangle, and a triangle has 3 sides. 1, 2, 3. 3 sides. Then a line straight down the middle, so it looks like 2 triangles. After that, you put a circle right in the middle of the triangle. And that is the Deathly Hallows. So on page 2, I want you to have your name, the number 2 in the little box, and a picture of the stenciled picture in your pumpkin. Then we're on the third step. So here's my piece of paper. I'm going to write my name. Very good. And what do you think I'm going to write in the small box this time? On my first page, I put the number 1. In my second page, I put the number 2. In my third page, I'm going to put the number, the number 3. In here, I carved the pumpkin, right? I made sure I stayed on the black lines so that it looked like the Deathly Hallows when I put a light in it. So here's my pumpkin. And after I carved it, I had all these little pieces on the side, right? And they were somewhere in a triangle shape, somewhere in a half circle. So I'm going to put a little bit of each. I'm going to put my lid over here, or my top to the pumpkin. And then I cannot forget to put my design inside the pumpkin, right? I said the design is a triangle with a straight line through it and a circle for the Deathly Hallows. And I carved the pumpkin. So I have this long thing. What is this? Yeah, it's my knife. I used my pocket knife, which actually looks kind of sharper, huh? So I'm going to draw something sharper like this. Okay, to show that I was carving the pumpkin. So my third step, I carved the pumpkin. So in this page, you should have your name, number 3 in the little box, and a picture of the carving of a pumpkin. And my last step, my 4th step, 4th last. I'm going to write my name where it says name on my 4th sheet of paper. And then, since this is the 4th and last step, I'm going to write the number 4. Let's see, the 4th and last step, I put the candle in so that it would shine and become a jack-o'-lantern. So I'm going to draw a picture of my pumpkin. And this time, oops, not that orange. This time, my pumpkin has to have the top back on. And we're using it as a lid, right? So here's the pumpkin and the top of the pumpkin. In the pumpkin, I have the Deathly Hallows, right? And I said it's a triangle with a line straight through it and a circle for the resurrection stone. And since there's a light in it and it's shining, I'm going to color the inside purple. Yellow. This is the color yellow. And then I drew lines to show that it's shining, just like that. So this is my fourth and final step. Now all my pages are done. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 pages. 4 pages for 1, 2, 3, 4 steps. For homework, I want you to press the seesaw link and then record yourself showing your pages and using our sequence words. Okay, so you should have your pages that we did together. And I want you to use these pages. You don't have to create your own separate sequence like we did last week. Just use these ones, okay? Show me each page, telling me what happens in each page. Sound good? All right. I hope you have a good weekend. Happy Halloween! I will see you next week. Bye.